Human sacrifice predators come into our lives in different ways. As visitors, relatives, workers, or even friends, they have got no tag to identify them. It is up to you to look out for your safety. Welcome back from the break. You're still watching Life Stories with me, your host Justine. Today Life Stories is in the home of the parents of Miss Uganda U.K, Lady Gladys Chotungire. Joining us on the show is the mother to Gladys. Gladys narrowly survived being sacrificed as a child. She's taken us through the ordeal and how it impacted on her life. Let's hear it from the mother of this girl. Mama nga byali bizibu bya Gladys.
Na Justine ebintu ebyo byali bizibu tebyali byangu n'akamu.
Kakati mama kituufu kyaliwo.
Kati omwami wange yali akola nga aleta spare parts okuva Japan. Ne wabaawo mukwano gwe n'amugamba tusobola okufunira omukozi. Naye omukozi oyo yamujja ku musajja alumbwa naye nga yali akola mu maka ga Musenego. Ndowooza nga balina practice eyo genda nga banoonya ki abaana. Omuwala ne tumufuna, omuwala baali bamuyita Maria. Kati Maria bwe yajja n'abeerawo olunaku olwasooka, olwokubiri n'olwokusatu. Kati olwokusatu lwenga yakamalawo 3 days omwami wange yanona ku ddwaliro n'angamba siwulira bulungi njagala kuddayo eka. Kati ne tuddayo nembeera nga nze omwami wange nze namufumbiranga enva ng'omukyala omukozi tafumba nva. Kati nenjagala okutegeka enva n'angamba njagala fish. Being nti omukozi oyo yali yakajja nengamba Gladys nti werekerako anti outside the gate akatale nga kali. It was 3.5.
Teyali muto nnyo.
Yali muto naye nga mujagujagu nnyo. Ne mugamba mutwaleko wali omulage ew'omusajja we tugula ebyennyanja kuba we used to move with her. Nga tutambula naye kwegamba. N'agamba ye ngende wali ne bagenda. Kati bwe bagenda nendaba nga period eyitiridde n'engamba yiyo bano nga tebakomawo nga njogera ne taata Gladys. Naga bajja kujja. Kakati ne ngamba it is going to 2 hours. Oba bazannya katugende kangendeyo ndabe. Natuka katale ne bangamba omuwala afulumye n'omwana ne bakwata that side ne beeyongera eyo. Kati ne ngamba yiki kibabuze nengenda nga mu followinga nenkwata ekkubo nengenda neeyongererayo ddala about nga 3 kilometers from home nga simulaba. It was around zalinga sawa 11. Nentambula nagenda okulaba nga ngenda mu ssaawa emu. Ate mu biseera ebyo nga tewali ssimu. Nengamba kanzireyo ngamba ono nti omwana simulaba. Nenkomawo nemugamba omwana simulaba. Netubeerawo ne tugenda kwerusiza ez'ekitundu ze tulimu nga bagamba tebanaba mulaba. Ne tutandika okutambula ekyalo ne bagamba tebanaba mulaba. Ne tugenda ne tuteekako ebirango ku Radio Uganda. By then ye radio ndowooza yaliwo yokka nga tebanaba mulaba. Kakati twalina regional commander bamuyitanga afandika Kalachire. Yali taata wa mwami wange omuto. Namukubira essimu n'agamba nti katwala ati ng'epoliisi batandika okukola ki okunoonya omwana. Ne tutandika okunoonya omwana all the night ekiro kyonna nga sinnaba kuluzinga hope nga baabuze nti maybe omukozi engeri gye yabadde omupya. Kakati ne tutambula nga tetubalaba ne tuvuga emmotoka ez'enjawulo ne tuyita waliwo omulamu wange yali atuliraanye mukama yamutwala naye yalina badrivers basatu ne tutandika okunoonya omwana n'abula.
Pauline Nasolo is not afraid to admit that she was wrong to trust a stranger with her child. What she's afraid of is that many parents are making the same mistake.
Kati nze olw'okuba nti mwami wange yali aleese nali manyi nti yakifaako. Kakati ate n'oli eyamuleetera yamugamba nti mwana wa muganda wange ddala ate oyo eyamuleetera nga yabawa emmere ku mulimu. Kakati ne tugenda ne twongerera ddala okunoonya omwana. Ne batugamba omuwala yabadde akola ku musajja alumbwa ku fulaati bweti ew'omusenego. Twatukayo ssaawa 9 ez'ekiro ku olwo. kati bwe tutuukayo ne batugamba omusenege oyo yazisibye ekiro ssaawa nga 8 n'agenda nze amaanyi ne ganzigwamu ne mmanya afudde kuba bye twawuliranga ku radio ne ku TV nga bagamba babajjamu ennimi bakola batya something like that ne ngamba afudde. Nze ne mbagamba kanneebake bwe banaaba mufunye dead body nensanga wano saayongera kutambula. Kakati nali nkyebase waliwo mukulu wange Mbejja Nabadda najja nangamba tosobola kwebaka princess tosobola kwebaka tunoonye omwana.
As days went by with the efforts of finding Gladys in vain, Gladys's parents organized a vigil at their home in Machindi as all hope was lost. A request to go buy fish resulted into mourning and grief.
Tulinnya taxi ne tutuuka e Masaka okutuukayo ne bagamba ate tunalaba ku muntu oyo. Kati aba taxi bo baatugamba babalabye nga baagala tulinnye kuba twali bangi mu motoka ekoleki ejjule. Kati bwe twatuuka eri ne bagamba abo baagadde kujjuza motoka naye tetunaleeta na ku muwala ayina mwana. Kati nze ne ngamba sigenda kuddamu kutambula ne mbeera mu nnyumba baganda bange ne batambula n'omwami wange. Kati naye n'amaanyi ne gamugwamu naye n'akomawo. Kati ng'abantu batandise okujja ewaka oyo mwana yafudde ne tubeerawo.
The police searches, the radio announcements and all efforts had failed, but a twist of fate brought Gladys back home.
We were accompanied by a number of men to pass to the local chairperson's house. And then I remember she had her special room and she was closely monitored as they were trying to find who my parents were at the time, because they had been airing and announcing me, but no one had come up to say we know the child. And I don't know how my parents eventually got connected to the local chairperson, but I remember she was kept in a room. She was kept in a room and until my parents would arrive. I don't know I think they were protecting her from escaping. I don't know about the other story, but I was sure that we were going somewhere that she wasn't sure. And I'm sure that she knew where my home was, but took me away from home. And I'm grateful also that somebody intervened, to see the child, to put me in the right hands.
What was the air at home? What was going on?
They thought I was dead. I remember my auntie, we were in the chairperson's home and I saw my dad's car driving in the gate. Now I knew the car. So I ran downstairs to the car and it was my late auntie and my late uncle actually. And then when we got home, I found many people, you know when somebody dies, and there's many people who have come to mourn the person. There's no chairs in the sitting room. Everyone is sitting outside. My mom had tied her head and she had my daughter, remember, and she was weeping. And my dad was like, they were consoling them. Family members had started to come in because they didn't think I was going to come again. And when I came in, everyone started crying. My mom was in tears.
I know you were a child, but at that point, how did that make you feel?
I was happy to be back home, and it was strange that I was away from home. But the most strange, when I realized that something is definitely wrong, because growing up, my parents did not allow people to, for example, house help, to beat us. They would always tell my parents what's wrong, and my parents would deal with us. So when we were going on the way and she was dragging me on the floor, on the road, I felt that now something is wrong. Something is wrong because it was not negotiable anymore. I had to keep moving. And we were walking at night in the dark because for 3 days, we slept somewhere initially. We slept it was not a proper home. It was, there were some people there and we slept there. She said that we were going home the next day, but it was too late for us to go home. So we slept on a mat. And then the next day we started journeying again. So I believe on the next day is when we went to the local chairperson's family. And then the third day is when my parents found me.
To this day, that responsible citizen is a hero to Gladys's mother and family.
Kati we twakomawo twasanga abasawo b'ensambi bazze nga baleese message nti omwana bamulanze ku radio naye ate bamulanze ani alanze alangiddewa ng'ebyo tebabirina. Kati oyo late brother wange n'agamba nti nedda tugende ku Radio Uganda tunoonye omwami alonze omwana. Kati ne tugendayo omwami baali bamuyita Gava. Weeyo Gava era namunoonya era munoonya ulirwe kwega ne kati nkyamwebaza sebo weebaloku. Era kati njagala tukola arrangement nga bwe yazze tugende amulabeko omwana. Kati omwami n'atubulira engeri gye yasanga omwana ng'akaaba obugere buzimbye naye nga badduka ng'amuddusa. N'ambuuza omutwala wa n'abuuza omwana okola ki nti daddy wange is a businessman, mami wange akola omulimu gwa bbeeyi Nsambya hospital naye nga tamanyi mannya gaffe. Kati awo ngamba abazadde tufeeyo abaana babuulira amannya gaffe n'okubabuulira gye tukola ebitundu nti nkola Nsambya oba mu department bweti kubanga ng'agamba bugambi mama wange akola Nsambya mulimu gwa bbeeyi, tata wange is a businessman nga tasobola kwogera amannya gaffe. Ekyo nakyo kikulu.
Omukozi saawa eyo nga yali
omukozi nga waali naye yasalawo okusirika. Ffe tetwaddamu kuwulira ku kigambo kye. Nabali bennyini bagamba nti obwe yamala ogamba nti gy'alaga amanyiyo ne bamwesibako ne bamutwala teyaddamu kwogera. Era yamala ennaku 3 nga tayogera ng'asirise ne bagamba oba kasiru oba kiki. We don't know what happened. Kuba bamutwala ne ku poliisi ne bamukuba era n'atayogera. Kakati bwe bamala okuleeta omwana next day ne ngenda ndaba omukozi ku poliisi nga baamukubye nnyo. Kati ate n'abantu bano baganda bange nga baagala omukuba. Kyenva ngamba Johnson my husband ne omwami wange ne mugamba nti omwana oyo ayina bazadde be abamulumirwa nga bwe tulumirwa Gladis oyo. Ayinza okuba nga waliwo eyamukozesa ensobi okukola kye yakola naye tetumukuba. Tunonye abaamutuwa tumutwale mu bazadde be. Tumutwala era akayeeyo ewali bazadde be nze ne musonyiwa era ne tumulekayo ne tukomawo ne tubeera ne Gladis. Natugamba mutwaliko mu ddwaliro balina bye babakola babasala bakola batya naye nga Mukama yatusaasira ebyo byonna tebyamutuukako.
This story proves that evil uses people, but God also works through people to light the world. A stranger had ripped Gladys of her life, her dreams, her future, but God used another stranger to get Gladys to safety. Gladys and her family are absolutely lucky, but the unlucky families that have fallen victims of human sacrifice are uncountable. We cannot live life just by luck. Society needs to think and act seriously about human sacrifice.
There's so many children today that have been sacrificed.
Yes.
Well, for the stories that have been reported, there are people like the late Kasiye, the late Kakama. You could have been one of these children.
That's true.
But you're lucky.
Yes.
You did not end up like that, and you're here today. How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel really sad because I believe the children are the joy of their parents. You don't actually realize it when you're young. But I believe, I know that my parents are delighted in me. They've seen me grow. I feel like I would have been denied an opportunity to actually live. That frightens me, and I'm thinking it is actually possible that I could never have lived to this day. It's actually possible that I could have died. It is hurting. It is hurting, and it makes me more grateful to God, and it makes me more passionate on campaigning against child sacrifice. As Gladys, as Miss Uganda U.K, as a member of my community, as a Ugandan. Yeah.
Gladys, I've had an issue where I've come across so many parents who lost children.
Yes.
In that evil or darkness of child sacrifice. And even friends of mine that are counselors have told me that, sometimes they're stuck because some of these people have not gotten over their children.
Oh, that's true.
There's an air of fear in their homes. There's an air of tension. They fail to get other children because they're not over them. And maybe they need somebody who can understand it the way they do. Somebody who has been a survivor or somebody who is a relative of a victim to tell them about, how to move on. So say something to such people.
What I can say is I can't compare a loss of a child to anything. If your child was sacrificed, if your child died in an accident, if your child died how, it's still, I believe that the pain would still be the same. But then again, is the reason I'm here is why I'm saying that let's unite against it and support the community. The only way one of the ways that these families would feel consoled is by seeing that it's prevented from happening to another family. I know we cannot bring the children back that have been victims of child sacrifice, but with time I believe God can heal those broken hearts. Because He's the only one that can heal the broken hearts, and I believe it's the only way, and the only way is trusting God to heal them. Because no consolation, no words are good enough. Because when parents have us, they see the future already. When we were really young children, they see the future. They imagine you driving a car. They imagine you doing big things for them, for the society. So I really believe that, or what I could say to the families that are victims is to trust God to heal the broken hearts. Churches are praying because that's the thing they can do the best. A long time ago when I was growing, my mom supposed that if an adult told me to do something, I should do it. But I think parents should watch the time their kids are out. If they're going to school and they have, discipline the children first. If the child is supposed to come back from school at a certain time and you have not seen them, talk to your children about this thing. Because I clicked that something was wrong, after me being drugged and not allowed going home. But I was not ignorant that something like that could happen because they had constantly been talking about it to me. So parents making the kids more aware of this and how kids can survive it. Do not be friendly with a stranger.
Thank you so much, Gladys, for being on the show.
You're
so
most
glad
welcome,
you came back home.
Thank you very
and,
much.
Took up this initiative, revisited this situation, even, try to give information, try to create awareness, and I know it will work out because information does create a big change.
Thank you very much.
Good luck with your project.
Thank you. One last thing, please. We're going to have stickers available saying Uganda Unite Against Child Sacrifice. If you happen to see the sticker, please value it. Put it in a place where it will be seen by all the community. As Uganda, we can unite if we take care of each other, and your child being my child. Let it be the slogan for everyone. It is a step to ending child sacrifice in Uganda. One of the ways in which we can honor all the people that have been victims or survivors of human sacrifice is by working to see that another incident involving human sacrifice does not happen. The fight against human sacrifice does not start with the police or the authorities, it starts with you. You have to look out for your safety and that of your neighbor. That was it on Life Stories today. My name is Justine, your host. Thank you so much for giving this show a slot in your day. Remember, you can still catch all the shows we've aired on Life Stories on our YouTube page, that is NTV Life Stories. And also, give us your say about this show on our Facebook and Twitter pages. That is still NTV Life Stories. I'll see you next time. Take care.